Hello everybody, ScootFish here, and welcome back to the Vlog. So, we've got a lot to talk about today as far as updates, but before that, I think I need to update my look. Much better. So, we got stuff to talk about, like I said, let's go talk about it. Okay guys, so we're going to try to take this crocodile on while we're talking about what update came out that I want to talk to you guys about. Try to. What am I talking about? It's crocodile. We can take crocodile on. Go ahead and spin this real quick. So you guys will notice that, at least I imagine you noticed, that the video and audio are a little bit different. I'm back on the wifey's cam, and I think that I got it working right. It seems like it keeps recording. I've done a couple test recordings with it, and it seems solid. So, just in time, I actually just broke my other camera. Alright, so we're not actually alone. We got a player from town in here with us. It's Snow Cone, 00707, I don't know. You know, them numbers thing, I'm no good at that. 007. Is it 007? Marine Jake's over here doing some side commentary. Oh, I'm not paying good enough attention. We'll take him though, it's a crocodile. So, there's been a recent update to things coming to the game through an APK mine done by the Silphrode. And within that APK mine is some really, really cool stuff. Now, obviously, there are some glitch fixes, which is nice. You know, we've had a lot of glitches going on. There's been some updates to raid bosses. That was lickety-split, holy crap. And then some things as far as coming for the exclusive raids as well. Another cool thing that's been added is something called a super incubator. And we don't know exactly what it does, but obviously it's probably going to incubate eggs faster. Now we don't know if that's going to be something that is purchasable in the store or a level up item. If it's a level up item, it better be a late level up and a freaking level cap thing increase, because I'd be so mad if I missed out on those incubators, all those levels. Like, you don't even know. I don't know, fuel the fire some more. I'm always pissed at Niantic for something. So, one of the biggest things, though, this is the big news that everybody is ranting about. There have been 135, I want to say, new Pokemon added. Anyway, Gen 3 has pretty much been added as far as code. Now, that doesn't mean that all the sprites are there, that the sounds are there, or that the attacks, the newer attacks are going to be there. And it does mean that it's a little bit off, but this gives us some things to look forward to prep for, and some stuff to talk about, because it means some game-changing things if Niantic incorporates it in a way that is going to be Pokemon universe worthy. So, let me catch up this crocodile, and we'll get to talking. They must have... I think they did something to ball physics, because since this update hit, my balls are like... yeah, it's really weird flying mechanics. It's almost like it's more technical, so I can't bitch too much. It's like you gotta be more exact with your throw. Biggest sin. There we go. Alright, let's see if he's worth the crap. We need the candies, that's the big point. He's a wonder, HP, defense. I'll take that. I think that's better than my other ones.
Like a 90.
Really want a crocodile. That's my big thing right there. Or not a crocodile, sorry.
Totodile?
No, the big one. For alligator. Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway, get back to you guys in just a sec. Okay, so we're in the car now. It's really windy out. I don't know how well you guys could tell with the last clip, because I did actually try to find some wind cover, but right now it just seems to be like nowhere you go is safe from the wind. So we're going to go ahead and take this gym on while I talk to you guys about the big bomb that I just dropped of Gen 3. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to get really, really excited and speculate that it's coming sooner than it actually is. So you guys have to keep in mind, when we did Gen 2, that Gen 2 was in the game's code for like 3 months before it actually dropped. So there is a good chance that Gen 3 could still take a little while to get here. But one thing also to keep in mind is the quarterly updates that Niantic has been talking about keeping. So the next quarterly update should be towards or before the end of September. So it's coming up really soon, and then all of a sudden this gets put in an update and the data's mined. So, pretty big deal. Thing is, though, there's some things that are needed before we're actually able to really have Gen 2. So, there are still actually 2 Pokemon that are not in the game from Gen 2. Or, sorry, God, I mixed that all up. Gen 3. Before we get Gen 3, there are still some things that before we can get it. So, anyway, bleh. Oh my god. Go ahead and get in here real quick. I need to... There. Alright. Anyway, before Gen 3 comes, there are a few things that need to be added to the game. One, obviously, like I said, there are 2 Pokemon missing from Gen 2, which is Smeargle and Delibird, if I remember right. So we don't know exactly how those are going to be incorporated into the game. And then we've got the new things still that are to come, which I don't see them suddenly dropping Gen 2 when we haven't had those. And by that I mean obviously exclusive raids, because we still don't have Mewtwo in the exclusive raids. There was still the Ho-Oh hint in the Legendary Raid trailer. We saw Ho-Oh. He was one of the main ones, and Mewtwo was the teaser at the end. So I'd imagine that that's still going to happen. Now, what are we to expect for time frame as far as Mewtwo? Well, I would say, by the looks of it, Mewtwo is actually not going to end up dropping, popping, whatever, until the legendary birds are actually gone. So, the 31st. That's my best bet. And I don't think that Gen 3 would be coming along with it. It just seems like it's too quick. Yeah, a little bit too soon. But I do see them dropping Gen 3 before the winter, especially now that it's in the code. Another thing that matters with Gen 3 is there are certain abilities that were introduced in Gen 3 that are, I don't know how they're going to incorporate it in the game, basically. This game is so much different than other Pokemon games when it comes to the battling that I really don't know how they would incorporate abilities into the battle system when it's just tap and swipe. Oh, someone's burying up this Aerodactyl by the looks of it. So, with that being said, we're talking about combat mechanics at that point. And that is another thing that they have talked about and we haven't seen. They talked about incorporating PvP on an update. Pretty much talking about doing it the next update. I believe it was an interview down in Brazil that the Pokemon CEO, Niantic CEO, something like that, had said something about PvP actually coming. So I'm gunning for that happening, and I believe that they're going to do stuff with the abilities when it comes to the PvP factor, and that's where that's all going to come in before Gen 3 drops. So, as far as Gen 3 is concerned, don't expect it to be like this week, next week, something like that. You want to wait for a little bit. And believe me, you guys, you actually would probably appreciate the time if you really think about it. And I am going to do a video on things to do to prep for Gen 3 before it actually drops. Actually, kind of to prep for Gen 3 and Gen 4 before Gen 3 drops. Oh. Sashid and Surshade just stopped to help me with his gym. That's funny. I'm like, why is it down? They're sitting over there battling. Good times, good times. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit more before we go. I'll be back to you with that in just a sec. Alright, you guys, so I'm sitting at the fish fountain, about to take on this gym. I'm just going to do that when I'm done with the video. But before we go, I want to talk to you guys about expectations when it comes to the game, basically. So, maybe that's not the best way to word it, but with the Gen 3 stuff coming and whatever, I worry about us getting too hyped over Gen 3 and still ignoring the things that need to come to the game. So, like I said, for Gen 3 to come in the first place, PvP kinda needs to happen. We need to have a battle system that isn't tap and swipe. But I'm not really sure how Niantic's going to be able to incorporate it. And then, of course, when you talk about PvP in a Pokemon game, we also need some form of trading. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've got multiple legendary birds, multiple Pikachus with hats. I need them gone. Like, I'm just sitting here holding on to them, holding on to that hope that trading will ever happen, and nothing so far. Every once in a while, I delete one out of spite even, and then it just irritates me even more. So, let's all hope that before Gen 3 comes, that they optimize the game, because obviously raid lag is a bitch. Gym lag can be a bitch. Sometimes we can't even actually get into gyms because of the fact that it's lagging so bad. So, they definitely need to optimize. I know I'm beating a dead horse when it comes to this stuff, but there's things that need to happen before Gen 3 happens. So, don't get too gung-ho about it. We've still got some time. Mewtwo still hasn't even dropped. The birds haven't even necessarily gone. And we've got those other raid bosses to most likely look forward to. I don't see why they wouldn't. They talked about raid rotation that were in Yokohama. So, get hyped. Don't get too hyped, everybody, because I don't want you to get too disappointed, and we still need to give a crap about the existing games. So, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, you know, that YouTube stuff. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.